Welcome back, guys. This is Tough Choice. I am your host, Kazeem. Rahman. On the hot seat today is me. Of course, yes, this is one of our deep dive episodes where we will go through the pros and cons of these would you rather questions. And we will go through some, actually, are we doing Black Excellence today? Yeah, we're doing some Black Excellence choices today. So you know how we do it here. We don't really waste any time. The game is Tough Choice. You have to pick between the two choices. You must explain yourself. You get one pause, you get one pass, and let's start the show.
Let it begin! Let it begin!
Would you rather have a beard of bees or have poison ivy rash on your hands? None of these have time limits, so I'm assuming that these are all the time. So if we're talking about a beard of bees, let's go through the pros and cons. The first one is beard of bees. If you have a beard of bees, your love life will be a little rough, right? I've seen bees collected on like a piece of pipe before, like they're making a nest. It looks weird. It looks weird. Not only does it look weird, it looks scary. Even though like the bees are just minding their own business, the bees won't sting you, by the way. I'm not saying that the bees won't sting anyone else. I'm just saying the bees won't sting you. If you have a beard of bees, you will never get stung by a bee. Okay? Your love life's going to be a little weird. No one's going to really want to, not even your love life, just every personal kind of life you have. No one is really going to want to come near you that much. You know? It's going to be a little rough. A little bit. I'm just trying to think of any pros for a beard of bees. Okay. One pro of a beard of bees, listen, you're not going to get robbed if you have a beard of bees. No one's even going to want to talk to you. So no one's going to try to mess with you. You can kind of walk anywhere you want. People will move out of your way. You can kind of be a bully if you want to. You can. Who's going to listen? If someone walked up to me with a beard of bees, they don't have a gun, they don't have a knife, they don't have no weapons on them, and they say, hey man, empty your wallet. I'm probably going to empty that wallet. I'm probably going to empty the wallet. If I'm being honest, I'm not saying I'm a bitch. I'm just saying I don't want to get stung by a beard of bees. I don't know his powers. I don't know. I don't know if he can sick the bees on me. Who knows? Poison ivy rash on your hands. I've never had poison ivy, but I've heard of what poison ivy is. It's horrible. It's horrible. You're itching. Your hands are always irritated. Feels awful. You always have to have that cream on you. And if it's 24/7, it's not gonna be a great day. Poison ivy. I don't know if poison ivy is contagious. I'll have to look it up later. If you guys know, email toughchoice@outlook.com. I don't know if poison ivy is contagious. I'm trying to think. Poison ivy rash on your hands. I mean, if it's nowhere else on your body, you really can't touch. You really can't. Most likely, I'm thinking poison ivy now that I'm really thinking about it. I'm thinking poison ivy is a little contagious. So if it's on your hands, you can't really touch your body like that. Can't touch your eyes. Definitely can't touch your eyes. You can't touch your private parts. Poison ivy. I mean, you're going to have gloves at all times. And again, maybe your personal relationships won't be altered by poison ivy on your hands, having to wear gloves all the time, but your love life is going to be rough. And that goes for ladies and gents. Your love life is going to be a little rough if you have poison ivy on your hands 24/7. I can always wear a glove and just say I have a skin condition. But how long is that going to last? Honestly, I don't think it's going to last that long. I'm going to do poison ivy only because gloves on my hand, I can get brown gloves, right? I can get gloves that match my skin tone. You know what I mean? And it's a little less noticeable, honestly. If I fist bump people, it's a little less noticeable than having a giant beard of bees. Let me not say it's going to be a giant beard of bees. If it matches my beard now, it's not that big. But if it's a beard of bees, I can't do it. I can't. Even I would be scared a little bit of When are they going to turn on me? When is this beard of bees going to turn on me? So I'm going to do the poison ivy and we'll figure it out. Hopefully. Who knows? Would you rather? Okay. 2 situations. You're a kindergarten teacher, but all of your students have knives. Or ride a sexually frustrated mini donkey as your one form of transportation. I don't know why a sexually frustrated mini donkey would be something to ride. I don't know much about donkeys. I'm assuming that transmitted. I'm assuming that a sexually frustrated mini donkey isn't the best thing to ride as a form of transportation. Okay? If it's my only form of transportation, that's a problem, right? Donkeys are sturdy, by the way. Here's what I know about donkeys. A donkey is extremely sturdy. A donkey can walk for miles upon miles and really not be all that tired. Donkeys are pretty strong, and that's really it. But if it's a mini donkey, listen, man, I'm 174 right now, 174, strong, all muscle. Just saying. You know what I mean? All muscle, 174. But I don't think a mini donkey can like. So I'm gonna have to walk, honestly. If it's my only form of transportation, I'm just gonna have to walk, or just never. I can't do the mini donkey. Now that I'm really, especially living in Los Angeles, so I have to walk everywhere. Nah, fam. Now, if I'm a kindergarten teacher and all my students have knives, listen, we talk about this almost every 30 to 35 podcast episodes. How many little kids can you fight? Honestly, I can fight a bunch of kids. I think I can figure it out. You know, if the kids have knives, I'll maybe have to just be a little more cautious, but I can fight a bunch of kids at once. You know what I mean? And the problem with kindergartners, and this is why I'm pretty sure the question said kindergarten with knives. Kindergartners they're small, but they do have some anger issues. They're not really used to straight failure just yet. So if something happens in kindergarten, you know what I mean? Like Timmy wanted to play in the sandlot and Mike said no. If Timmy has a knife, I'm going to have to stop Timmy from stabbing Mike in the face. You know what I mean? Like what if, Samantha takes Rebecca's Barbie? If Rebecca has a knife, Samantha's probably gonna get cut. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to be a kindergarten teacher if my students have knives, but I can't ride the mini donkey, so I'm gonna have to do the kindergarten teacher thing. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be a lot of paperwork, right? Especially if I'm a horrible teacher and then suddenly my kids are just out of control. Someone's getting stabbed a week. That's gonna be horrible. That's going to suck. All right. Would you rather have an Ivy League school named after you or never have to eat again? Okay. As you guys know, we have 4 rules here in Tough Choice Land, in the studio of ignorance. #Tough Choice. We have 4 rules. The first rule is always think long-term, always weigh long-term and short-term. That's the first rule. The second rule is no self-harm unless absolutely necessary. All right. And the third rule is you can be materialistic or shallow. You may not be both. And the fourth rule is you can be self-centered sometimes. And if I have an Ivy League school named after me, if Harvard University becomes Kazeem University, becomes Kazeem Rahman University, that would be pretty dope. I don't think it would matter, but I think it would be pretty dope. And that's the pro. The con of having an Ivy League school named after you is that regular people don't give a fuck about that. Honestly, it doesn't say you own the school. It just says it's named after you. So since it's named after me, I don't think I get any money from it. I mean, it really is just good for the Instagram. Honestly, if I'm being totally honest with you, it's good for the Instagram. It's dope. It's a good legacy, right? For my children, for my children's children. You know what I mean? It's a nice conversation piece, but there's no money in it. And it's, you know, it really is. Regular people will not care that an Ivy League school is named after you, right? What are you doing for me right now? Now, if I never have to eat again, that would save me so much money. It's slightly ridiculous how much money I'll save if I never have to eat again. That's the pro. And that's a really big pro. Now, the con is this. It depends on what kind of person you are. I am a foodie. I love food. So if I never have to eat again and I'm just eating out of the love of it, sometimes that won't, I don't know. I don't want to lose the love for food. And I'm afraid that if I never have to eat again, I might lose the love for food, and I don't really want that to happen. But I'm gonna save so much money if I never have to eat again. If I never have to eat again, and I'm perfectly fine. Maybe just drink some water every now and again. But as far as food, I'm gonna save at least 100,000 a year, I'm thinking. Okay, that's over exaggerating, but I'm gonna save a lot. I don't make 100,000 a year. That's how I know I'm not spending 100,000 on food. But I'm gonna save a good chunk of my paycheck a week on not having to eat, and I'm gonna have to go with that because I could use that money for anything, right? I need an oil change tomorrow, so I could use if I never had to eat, I never really have to worry about having to go pay for an oil change because I know I got it. I haven't eaten in 3 years. I know I got the money, so I'm good. Oh, but I do want that Ivy League school, but it doesn't say you own the Ivy League school. It just says it's named after you, and I don't care. Anytime I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you guys. I only know Harvard and Yale. I don't know any other Ivy League school, and I don't care to even look that up. Right? If you email toughchoice@outlook.com and try to tell me where the Ivy League school is, I'm probably not even going to finish reading that email. I don't care. Would you rather not be able to shower for 5 years? Wow. Or Mike Tyson is going on a Rambo-style manhunt for you for 1 year. This is a thinker. You have to think about it. So, let's start with the not being able to shower for 5 years. 5 years is too much time. 5 years is too much time. Not being able to shower. Do you know how much you're going to smell? No, see, and here's the thing though. I'm thinking I might get like a skin infection if I never, okay. Let's be honest. Okay, fair. Not be able to shower for 5 years. Here's what we'll do. I will add the caveat. You may take like baths. You may sit in the tub, but you're not able to shower. You may sit in the tub maybe once a week. You may bathe, but you're not able to shower though. Once a week you can bathe. No, let's not even do once a week. Let's make this harder. You're not able to shower for 5 years, but every other week you can soak in the tub just to get clean-ish. And that's for 5 years, okay? Or Mike Tyson is going on a Rambo-style manhunt for you. Not being able to shower for 5 years is too much. You're going to stink. Even though I just added the caveat that every 2 weeks you can bathe, you're still going to smell, man. You're still going to smell pretty bad. You might get a skin infection. You might, who knows? You know what I mean? At the same time, if Mike Tyson is going on a Rambo-style manhunt for you for a year, I don't want to think Mike Tyson can find me, but I don't know. Mike Tyson seems like one of those guys that you think he's not smart, but he's okay with you thinking he's not smart because he's going to go on a manhunt for you. So he wants you thinking that he's not smart. You know what I mean? Like one of those guys. And I've met those people that they're they're fairly intelligent, and people think they're not that intelligent, and they're perfectly fine with that. And then when shit hits the fan, they're on the up and up because you thought they were dumb and they outsmarted you. You know, and I don't want to be looking over my shoulder for a year, because if he's going on a manhunt, he's trying to kill you. Let's really talk about what's going on here. Mike Tyson is going on a Rambo-style manhunt. He has the bows, he has the arrows, he has the crossbow, he has the axe, he has knives. I don't know if Rambo uses guns. I don't really remember the movies like that, but I know that Mike Tyson is very strong. And I know that Mike Tyson seems like the type of guy that if he puts his mind to something, he's probably gonna try to do it. And if he's trying to kill me on a Rambo style manhunt, right? And stop acting like Rambo didn't ask people questions on where people are gonna do, where people are gonna be, what people are gonna do. You know what I mean? So if I'm just out taking the trash out, eventually I'm gonna have to go outside eventually. That's the problem. I'm gonna have to open my door eventually. And that's the thing. It's not like I can technically always be on the run, but who has money like that? I don't have money like that to always be on the run. So I'm gonna have to not shower for 5 years because Mike Tyson's probably gonna kill me. Damn. That sucks, man. That sucks. Your life's gonna suck for 5 years, but you'll still have your life. And that's what I'm trying to preserve here. My life is going to suck for 5 years, but you will still have your life. If Mike Tyson goes on a 1-year Rambo style manhunt for you, you probably won't live past 8 months. And that would suck if it was about to be the 1-year anniversary in like 4 hours and then Mike Tyson just kills you with like a, bow to the head, an arrow, a bow to the head, an arrow to the head. That's weird. That's weird. Guys, now it is time for one of our newer segments, Black Excellence.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I will pose situations, and then you at home, as well as me here in the studio, will tell you whether or not this situation is more likely to be the 44th president of the United States, Barack Hussein or Obama, or billionaire Oprah Winfrey. Now, whose last name would you take as your own if you had to pick one? Oh my God. Would I want to be a Winfrey or would I want to be an Obama? If I had to pick one, Winfrey, Oprah has more money. Obama has a little more prestige, but Oprah has more money. Obama's not that rich. If I had to really take a last name, I probably would do Winfrey, because Oprah is a multi-billionaire. And Obama, I mean, they have money, but they're not billionaires. They're not even close to billionaires. Then again, it's like if I had the Obama last name, I could probably sneak into like the Obama household. I could probably have a conversation with him. I could probably ask him about UFOs, which is what everyone wants to know. Are there aliens? Yes or no? That's all we want to know. That's all we want to know. Are there aliens? Yes or no? I'm still going to do Winfrey because Oprah is a billionaire and Barack isn't. They're not even that rich, if we're being honest with you. She still needs a pension from the United States from being former president. I'm just saying. So I'm going to do Winfrey. Who would be the best stand-up comic? Oof. I think Barack would be the best stand-up comic, only because Oprah's not relatable as much. When you're a billionaire for this long, Oprah's been a billionaire since the late 90s. Think about that. Oprah has been a billionaire since the late 90s. Really, really soak that in. She's not relatable. Barack's only been a multimillionaire for like 10 years. 10 years he's been a multimillionaire. That's it. I can't, I'm going to say that Barack also, Some of you are thinking, well, Barack was always making those funny speeches. Barack has a speech writer. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about when he had someone clearly write his jokes for him. I am simply talking about who would be more relatable and whose jokes would resonate more. It would probably be Barack Obama. Also, Barack is married and he has kids, so he has the material somewhere. Talk about that stuff. Just saying. Who is the passenger who won't stop talking to you on the airplane? Oprah Winfrey, I'm pretty sure, would try to have the most annoying conversations with me. And I don't really, I wouldn't want to do that. Oprah just seems like someone I don't want to talk to. Honestly, we'll see though. But it's definitely going to be Oprah. Oprah would be that lady. Oprah's that old lady that looks at your shoes or looks at the book you're reading and tries to talk to you about it. And I'm like, yo, I just got on the plane. Also, I'm assuming that I'm in first class because I know Oprah's not riding coach. So I'm assuming Oprah and Barack Obama are in first class with me. And, one of them won't stop talking, which would be Oprah. Whose standards drop the most after a few drinks? Oprah Winfrey. And I will leave it at that. Who will get into a fight with an elderly person and lose? Who will get into a fight with an elderly person and lose? I think both of them will get into a fight. Let's just start off with that. Who would lose though? I think Oprah would lose. Here's why. Barack is still, there's something about older men that tell me that, yo, if I'm fighting, I'm not losing. Oprah would get hit in the face one time and then try to apologize immediately. And you're just like, yo, you don't need to do that, but you can. But that's still a loss. So I'm saying Oprah would probably do that. Who would make $10,000 in commission the fastest as a used car salesman? Oprah. And we're talking about who would actually, you know what? This is harder than I thought. I'm assuming they're still the same. I'm assuming they haven't changed identities. So Oprah Winfrey is Oprah Winfrey and Barack Obama is still Barack Obama. So if they open a used car lot, both of them in Chicago, and one is Barack Obama, 44th president of the United States, and the other one is Oprah fucking Winfrey. I think Oprah would make more money selling used cars. Only because there's something about women just have this ability to encourage you to do something even when you don't want to do it. So I'm sure she can sell a Pinto to someone who should be really riding the bus because they can't afford it. You know what I mean? Like she could probably sell a used Bentley to someone who can only afford a Camry, but because Oprah said she believes in them, they're gonna try to buy the Bentley. That just seems like what Oprah would do. Who would you ask for help? Who would you ask for help if you needed to flee the country? Barack Obama. He was the president of the United States. You think he doesn't have private jets? If Barack Obama wanted to get out of this country right now, the Secret Service would get him out of this country right now. Just saying. I'm just saying. He was the president of the United States. And I'm pretty sure he has access to jets and maybe a couple drones still. I'm just saying. Just saying, guys, that is the end of our segment, Black Excellence. Perfect. Let's continue. Would you rather have your hands become visibly wet every time you're about to shake someone's hand, or wear camo to every wedding you're invited to? I'm gonna wear this camo. I don't even have to go through the pros and cons. I'm wearing this camo because why would I want my hands to become visibly wet every time I'm about to shake someone's hand? I hold my hand out and it's visibly wet. If you're above the age of 30, you have accidentally shaken hands with people who have sweaty hands, but you don't know their hands are sweaty until you touch them. But if my hands are visibly wet before I touch your hands, it's going to freak you out. You know what I mean? Even if you don't see my visibly wet hands, it's still going to be a wet hand that you're touching. On the flip side, all you're saying is that all I have to do is wear camo to every wedding I'm invited to. I can pull that off. A fitted camo suit? Come on now, right? It can be my thing. And plus, after like the second wedding, I'm not going to be invited to weddings anymore. What are you talking about? Why would I be invited to weddings if they know for a fact I'm about to wear camo? And it's wedding you're invited to, not your wedding. You're not invited to your own wedding. So I'm good on that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be wearing camo. I don't know any girl that would let their groom wear camo to their wedding. So who knows? But since that's not the question, we're good on that. Would you rather have Siri be your only friend for 2 years or demolish an entire house with a tiny 3-inch hammer? A real hammer though, for 2 years. This is the last one. And we'll go through pros and cons. Pros and cons. Siri's your only friend for 2 years. Siri's my only friend for 2 years. 2 years is a long time, but it's not that long. It really isn't that long. At the same time, Siri is very knowledgeable, but Siri's still a robot, yo. Siri's still very much a robot. Also, I don't really want an iPhone. I'm kind of Android for life. So I'm going to have to get an iPhone. All right. On the flip side of that, demolish an entire house with a tiny 3-inch hammer. I have to demolish an entire house. That's going to take a very long time. It's going to take a very long time. The hammer is real. The hammer is metal. It's just and we won't do tiny. We'll do small hammer. A tiny hammer is not, you can't demolish a house. But I really think if I'm working nonstop, well, that's the thing though. I can't work nonstop. Let's say jobs don't exist, and food, you're always going to be fed, blah, 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 blah. This isn't a Twilight Zone, Dark Abyss kind of situation. It's still going to take me at least a whole year, maybe a year and a half to demolish a house with a hammer. It's going to take me a while, but I'll have friends. I need the friends. I can't have a robot be my only friend, especially a robot from Apple, you know? Like I don't want that. I'm going to demolish the house. And that's not a popular opinion, I don't think, but I'm going to figure it out. If I demolish the house with a hammer, I'm not like an architect. I don't know anything about construction. I know I can find maybe some like, you know, load bearing pieces of wood and knock those down. But for the most part, it's just going to be me with a hammer and I'll figure it out. Guys, that has been our episode. This has been Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. I've been your host, Kazeem Rahman. You can find me online at Kazeem Comedy. That's Kazeem Comedy. Wherever you do your social media, on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. So like, share, subscribe to this podcast. We are growing and we love it. If you have a tough choice question or a marry, fuck, kill, or if you have a situation for Black excellence, or if you have a situation for something's gotta go, or if you just want to say hi, email toughchoice@outlook.com. That is toughchoice@outlook.com. I've been Kazeem Rahman. You guys have been amazing. Bye.